Welcome to this explainer. Okay, today we're basically going to perform a forensic audit on your lifestyle. Most of us are taught right from the jump that success has to be visible, right? We're told, hey, if you don't look the part, you haven't made it. But what if I told you that looking rich is actually the single most expensive mistake you'll ever make? Literally. Today, we are diving deep into the cold, hard math of the middle class. We're going to explore exactly why social invisibility is the ultimate financial power move, and why, if you don't understand the hidden cost of looking successful, you are basically volunteering to stay broke. Let's get into it.
All right, let's set the scene by looking at two very different people parked in the exact same company parking lot. On the left, we've got your classic millionaire next door. This guy parks a 2013 Toyota Camry way out at the far end of the lot. The hubcaps are scratched, there's that kind of faint smell of old upholstery inside, and honestly, his coworkers probably assume he's one bad day away from getting evicted. But what they don't know, he's sitting on a $3.2 million taxable brokerage account. His house is totally paid off. He could literally walk into the CEO's office right now, quit, and never work another day in his life. Then, there's his manager on the right, pulling up in a freshly leased BMW X5. We're talking heated leather, 22-inch rims, the absolute picture of success. But if you were to peek at the manager's bank account, it is an absolute crime scene. He is exactly 3 missed paychecks away from total insolvency. One guy looks wealthy, the other guy is wealthy. And trust me, they are rarely the same person.
All right, moving on to Section 1, the golden handcuff trap.
So you might be wondering, why does the manager drive the BMW in the first place? Well, it goes way deeper than just wanting a sweet ride. It brings us to this fascinating concept of the Henry. That stands for high earner, not rich yet. This is someone who pulls in a fantastic salary, let's say $150,000 a year, but their lifestyle has inflated so aggressively that they're spending like $148,000 of it. You see, most people think a job is just trading your time for money. But in the corporate world, your employer is actually buying your compliance. And let me tell you, the system absolutely loves a Henry. They are the absolute perfect fuel for the corporate machine, simply because they are way too expensive to be free.
Think about it. When you walk into the office with a $950 car payment hanging over your head and a mortgage that eats up 40% of your take-home pay, you have essentially handed your boss a leash. You can't say no to that 6 p.m. Friday meeting. You've got literally zero leverage to negotiate for, say, working from home. And most importantly, you cannot quit. Your boss looks out at that shiny luxury car in the parking lot and just feels this massive sense of relief, because they know you are locked in for 72 months of interest. You need them way more than they need you. That luxury lifestyle isn't just a monthly payment, guys. It is a silent contract that just totally strips away your freedom.
Which brings us to Section 2, the $2 million choice. Let's pivot over to the spreadsheets for a second and look at the real hard math behind this. Look at that number, $2.1 million. Car dealerships, they desperately want you to think in terms of manageable monthly payments. But I want you to start thinking in terms of future freedom. That staggering number right there, that's the actual difference between driving the visible luxury car and driving the boring, reliable car over the course of your career. It is the literal price tag of your ego.
Let's break down exactly how we get to that massive number. Imagine we have two guys, Jake and Marcus. Both are earning a solid $100,000 a year. Now Jake takes the standard path. He leases a $65,000 truck. Between the massive payment, the premium insurance, the gas, he is out $1,200 every single month. Over 5 years, he spends $72 grand, and at the end of it all, he's left with a truck worth maybe $25 grand and absolutely zero financial momentum. Marcus, on the other hand, takes the stealth path. He drives a paid-off, totally boring sedan. His total transportation cost is just $200 a month for gas and basic insurance. But here is the secret sauce. He takes that $1,000 difference every single month and just quietly tucks it into a simple S&P 500 index fund.
Now, if Marcus does this from age 25 to 55, assuming a historical 10% average return, well, that $1,000 monthly investment grows to $2.1 million. Imagine this playing out over a lifetime. On one side, Jake's truck value eventually just plummets to zero. On the other side, Marcus's stealth portfolio is climbing straight into the stratosphere. Jake didn't just buy a truck, he spent $2 million of his own future freedom just so he could sit 6 inches higher at a red light. That is the math of the middle class failing in real time right there.
So let's move to Section 3, the visibility tax.
Okay, so if the math is that overwhelmingly clear, why is it so incredibly difficult for us to just drive the boring car? I mean, even when we know the math, even when we are staring right at that $2.1 million opportunity cost, there's this deep, stubborn psychological block that stops us from choosing the paid-off sedan.
And the answer to that actually lies in a concept identified way back a century ago by a sociologist named Thorstein Veblen. He called it conspicuous consumption. Veblen noticed that people often don't buy products for their actual utility, they buy them to send signals to the tribe. Think about it. A $50,000 luxury watch tells time exactly as well as a $50 Casio. The extra $49,950 you spend, that isn't for the craftsmanship, it's a loud signal screaming, "Hey, I have resources." But here is the brutal irony of signaling. The people you are trying so hard to impress, they don't actually care about you. They are way too busy wondering if you're doing better than them.
And signaling isn't just a trap for your ego. It actively, literally drains your wallet in daily life. When you look wealthy, the world actively tries to extract that wealth from you. If you roll a luxury SUV into a mechanic's shop, your quote is absolutely going to be higher. If you live in a highly visible, prestigious zip code, your insurance premiums go up. But perhaps the most dangerous part of this whole visibility tax is the target effect. Security experts are currently tracking a massive rise in what they call whaling attacks. Cyber criminals, they don't target the guy in the 10-year-old Ford. They target the person advertising their liquidity right there on their driveway. You are literally painting a giant target on your own back.
So, the crucial takeaway here, and this is a big one, is that looking poor is actually a strategic shield. Actual, successful wealth builders totally understand this. They know that avoiding the appearance of wealth protects your negotiating position. Like if a contractor thinks you're struggling, you'll actually get the honest quote. Plus, when you look firmly middle class, your friendships aren't filtered through the lens of your money. People actually like you for who you are, not what you can do for them. Social invisibility is the ultimate leverage. Okay, so we've seen the trap, we've crunched the math. How do we escape? How do you actually stop being a high-income delivery system for the bank?
This brings us to our final section, Section 4, the Stealth Wealth Protocol. To break free, you need to initiate what we call the 730-day rebellion. Now, you don't have to live like a monk forever, okay? You just need to be radically different for 2 years. Step 1 is the identity shift. You got to stop seeing yourself as a consumer and start seeing yourself as a capital owner. Your job is now just a venture capital firm funding your future freedom. Step 2, the beater upgrade. Sell the luxury car. Just take the ego hit. Yes, it will hurt for exactly 3 days. But on the 4th day, when you look and see your bank balance stay the exact same for the first time in years, that new car smell will be completely replaced by the smell of freedom. And step 3 is widen the gap. Every raise, every bonus, every single dollar saved from that old car payment goes straight into your investment snowball. You keep your visible life totally frozen while your invisible life explodes.
To actually maintain this, you've got to follow the core rules of stealth wealth. First up, never ever discuss your portfolio with your coworkers. Keep the shield up. Second, buy for quality and utility, never for the logos. And third, fundamentally change how you measure your own success. Stop looking at your salary. Instead, measure your success by your time to live, as in exactly how many years could you survive right now, today, without a paycheck. The system wants to own your 40s and 50s by keeping you stressed, indebted, and compliant. But that guy with the dented Camry we talked about earlier, he is winning a game most people don't even realize they're playing. I want to leave you with this final, really powerful thought to chew on. Success isn't what you can buy. Success is what you don't have to buy. Think about that. It is the freedom you've purchased with the money you didn't spend.